And there we are. Good morning, everybody. We are now live, gentlemen, on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. Just want to see if I can get the speech widget going again. That speakers. Oh, we're not in live on air. Can we move to live on air, guys? Okay, there we go. Now the problem we have is these little icons remain active the whole freaking time. I don't know what's wrong with this thing.
Okay, good morning on air.
There you go, there you go. Okay, let me just quickly see if I can't fix these icons, because otherwise I'm going to disable them again. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Andrew. Still 5ES. Skymatix Zibo Mod, selected channel. Let me actually show you guys what this looks like, and you can get a look and feel of it. So basically what happens is everything runs through Streamlabs OBS, and it runs with overlays and all kinds of funny things, and basically you just need to find the appropriate service provider. So in this instance, this is StreamKit, and basically what we need to do is to just set up everything here. Stream. Did I actually miss it now? I must have. Those announcements, no. So we need to find the correct room. Skymatix chat. Wow, am I that blind this early in the morning? Skymatix chat. Why does it not say live on air? It doesn't see that room.
Skymatix live on air.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't give it in the drop down.
No, I see it.
Hold on, let's check the permissions. Maybe the permissions changed on the server or something. With all these updates, you freaking never know. Skymatix.
I'm on Alpha 6, guys.
Cool. Oh, that's the invite channel. I'm reading at the wrong place anyway. So let's see that. Oh, you know what? You know what? It is too early for me. I'm in the wrong place. So there's the voice widget. Now we select the channel. Oh, all right. So now.
Good morning, Nika.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. So that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to only come up when we talk. Small avatars will be better. Okay. We can hide the names, but then it's not so much fun. Right, so the way it displays there, then what we do is we have to take this line and copy it. And then I need to go and put it into Streamlabs. Let's quickly go there. Shut down. Yeah, that's fine. Done. Okay, but it's still showing us the whole time. Why is that? Okay. Good morning, Uncle John. So it's not doing in Streamlabs what it tells us here on the website. Did you sleep okay?
No, not really.
Damn it.
I didn't go to bed till gone 3.
Okay, I tell you what. I'm just going to switch that off because it's going to be in the way of me and my thinking. So I'll figure this out afterwards. It's not the end of the world, at least. Okay.
Don't forget you go do a test this morning.
No. Speaking of the test, let's quickly start there. Okay, so in the past week, we've had some fun with Zibo here, the actual person, Lubos, and all these call outs and things. And we've looked at all the settings. So what we did with version 4 is we concentrated on smart being the option and the 2500 call out. Okay, and it worked brilliantly. And then somebody on the forum said, hang on, but it doesn't work on the 1000 foot as well as on the 500 foot. Uncle John went and he set all his settings to hard and he did the test for us. Then the call outs work. They there. So I'm
Every
gonna
single one.
sorry.
Every single one.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do the smart test and then we're going to listen specifically for the 1000. Now, this one, when it is in the yes position, the call out for that is stable and the missed approach altitude is set. That one, if it's yes, it will override that one anyway, as far as I know. Okay, so we need to find out if we have the 1000 foot call out there. Then we need to listen if we get the 500 foot call out, because it's got something to do in the code with the smart versus hard. And just to give you a little bit of background, smart is a test, a logic test that runs in the background. So if you're doing a precision approach, an ILS or GLS, it will do the call out. If it is a non-precision approach, it will not do it. That's the way I understand it. Okay, so it could also be the other way around. It could be that it's now been swapped around in the code. And these are the kind of things that we need to find out, you know, if it's triggering at the right time for the right reason. And then it comes down to user knowledge. You obviously need to understand the significance of smart and the significance of no and hard, and when it should trigger on a precision approach and when it shouldn't trigger, you know, and those kind of things. So anyway, that's just part of it. That's we're going to leave it as is and just listen. So guys, if we get to about 10,000 foot and below during the descent, if we could maybe just have a sterile cockpit today for this purpose, because the last time we tested, we talked so much. We had a big struggle to go and listen to the video afterwards because we were just talking over it. We could hear, but it's just not that much fun.
I won't allow that to happen, Nico. I'll keep you on the ball.
Yes, sir. Okay, so if need be, I'll mute everybody, you know, just to keep my sanity. But we'll see. I mean, I think we can all quickly take a deep breath and, you know, just try it out and see that it works. All right, so the last thing I want to tell you guys, when you fly this route, please make sure under your explain settings, your general tab, warn about missing scenery must be off. Otherwise, you're going to crash out to the desktop. Explain will close down because there are issues with the YBBN scenery. Terrible issues. I tried to fix some of it. I fixed like 99.8% of them. The last 2 or 3 things I just didn't have time to go and fix, but it's a mess, so just please be warned that in any event, I think this is good for explain in general, because how many of us have flown and you get to a scenery that's missing and there goes explain, it just closes, you know, tells you there's scenery missing, you click understood and it's just gone. It's stupid. So that's the setting, make sure it's off. You know, then you just click understood, it goes away and you can just fly, continue.
Where's that setting, Nico?
Sorry?
Where's that setting? Ignore.
Where's ignore? I didn't see any ignore.
Ignore missing scenery.
No. Listen, I just explained it. Go to your general explain settings.
I just woke up.
Yeah, I know. So I'm giving it to you again. So under your general explain settings, you have warnings, and then there is warn about missing scenery. If you look at the group flight info, I actually put a screenshot there, Uncle John, so you can take your time and check it there. Yeah, just look in group flight info, and then you see there, warn about missing scenery must not be ticked.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. All right. Chris, when I look at the weather, I have to look at that. Let's see. YBBN, when I did my planning earlier, The wind is 010 at 15. There's no way I'm going to land on 16 left. I'm going to take 1 right. So if you read my actual route description, which I can also put on the screen here for you.
Yep, got 1 right or so, yeah.
Yeah, let's just do this edge, go back up. So what we have here is exactly this. So that is from that point on the star we go 01 right. So it's GOMOL 1 Alpha ILS 01 right with a Glen. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, that's the flight plan I've got. It is published in just below the video. If you click on show more, I beg your pardon, show more, it will show you that you can get it there, or you can get it from my flight roster. So we'll do that. It's just the most logical one at this point in time. There is one problem. Now, I do not recall whether it was me or another person who put this flight into the VA. Gentlemen, the alternate is wrong. The system gave me 9.4 ton of fuel to put into my aircraft because it wants to go to an alternate that's 795 miles away.
That's correct. That's the same. Yeah.
Instead of just going to one of these local airfields here around Harvey Bay or one of these places would have been sufficient. So I'll fix that later on. I did fix the route already in the VA because I did have time for that, but I haven't. I mean, it was too late when I realized that the alternate was wrong as well. So we'll fix that. The other thing I want to quickly show you, just because we discussed it earlier, me and Christian. Let's get this thing captured as well quickly. This is the user requested file, the flights that's requested by the users. Okay, so Barry did us a huge favor. He started adding flights in here. I've been adding the meat to it, the actual flight routes and everything. As you guys can see, there are a couple of blank spots. I'll try and finish this over the weekend, and then we will have a heck of a lot of flights in Australia, even linking Hobart, Tasmania down at the bottom here. There's 2 airfields there, Hobart, and I don't know if it's Launceston. There's another one there, and then he's also linked New Zealand to the mainland. So quite a few flights in the making, and once it's done, we'll have a couple of nice places to fly to in this area. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but I'll just quickly recap. I started with the Middle East, using Dubai as a hub, and then building flights from Dubai. Then I went to South America, did a whole bunch of South American flights. There is so many thousands left. I mean, it's impossible to just continue in one place. Then I did, and we'll get there in time, but there's enough to keep us busy. Then I also did some in US, Caribbean, Canada, and now we're busy with the Australian side. I think the next continent that I'm gonna look at will probably be towards Japan, China, Korea, those places, a little bit here in the Philippines, your Asian areas. We don't have many flights in this area, all of these areas, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, the whole story here. We'll put in a couple of things here. I think Paul did a lot in India. I think that's how far we went. So anything after this area, this longitude going to the right, it's like it's barren. There's no routes for us, and I think it's time to put some routes there. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there. Right, okay. Christian, you've got access. Everybody in the VA has got access to that spreadsheet. Please don't go and put funny stuff in there in terms of unofficial routes, wrong altitudes, things like that. Usually what we ask, and this is a standing order for a long time already, is just put the departure and the arrival airport in there. You obviously, I know, Chris, that you have access to the official routes. So if you want to add those routes, just make sure you don't put doubles. So go to the VA, check what the routes are available already for Australia. then fill in the blanks. Start adding. There's nothing stopping you from adding your own routes. Just leave a space or two below the last routes that Barry and me have put in, and then start adding your routes. Okay, and the same goes for anybody else in the VA. If you want to add a route, go put the departure and the arrival. We'll take care of the rest unless you have the official flight. Don't put anything that's not official, that's not verifiable. Don't go make your own routes, because inevitably it ends up being a total mess. So just be careful with that. So if you guys want to do it, feel free. Go do it. That's what it's there for. It will save us a lot of hassle to go and dream up these flights ourselves. Okay, so the next question now is, are you guys ready, happy? Can we go? I still have to do maybe 3 to 5 minutes worth of work, then I'm ready to push. How far are you guys?
Same here.
I'm ready.
Okay. Good morning, Reggie.
Good morning. I was just about to put it in YouTube, but good morning.
Yeah, welcome, guys. So, okay, let's activate these guys. I can actually start my APU then.
And everybody that's flying, have you started your ACARS?
Uncle John, I think
Yes,
I did. Yes, I did. Thank you so much.
Nico, 1-6 left.
Sorry?
So just 1-6 left.
Yeah, for takeoff. Yes. Yeah. No, I've taken 1-6 left. Okay, I might have misunderstood you. Then I do apologize. The takeoff is 1-6 left. Yes, correct. I thought you were talking about the arrival. I don't think they're gonna kill you if you take 1-6 right, Peter. But according to all the SIDs and everything I worked through, it seems like that 1-6 left is like a preferred takeoff runway. Don't know how they do it, because I couldn't find any specific write-up, but every time I wanted to select a SID, it pushed me over to 1-6 left, so I just left it at 1-6 left.
Yeah, the same, so I ignored the SIDs.
Okay, shows you. Yeah.
So what is your SID now then for 1-6 left?
It is Kevin 6. Where's Kevin? Now he's missing his own namesake here.
That's true.
I'll change.
Yeah. Right. Chief man, good morning. Don't know if I said to you morning already. It's just hectic here, man. So good morning, and yeah, welcome. Let's get going. Okay, I've done all of this now. Alright, let us start closing these. Shouldn't close that one. The jetway will do that one. Let us go.
Ground to cockpit. So it's driving up right now.
Ground handling control. Ooh, it's starting to rain. Woohoo! Right, we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Guys, and this is real time, so we spoke about it earlier just briefly when the stream started. We might have to start an hour earlier tomorrow, because sunset is reported to be 17:40 local time, and that's not far from where we are now in terms of local time. So if we want to fly in the daytime, we're going to have to start an hour earlier. Just keep it in mind. Give me your opinions as time goes by.
Ready to connect.
Alright, so beacon on. See that the entry is closing. Perfect. I suppose I need to do my automatic unicom, right? Uncle John?
Yes, sir.
Because you were not here, I'll have to talk to you about the scenery for YBBN quickly. That setting that you and I were just talking about is vital if you're going to fly with us, but I'm busy repairing YBBN. Once it's available, I'll put it somewhere, link here on Discord, so you guys can get it, because that scenery is in a mess. That's a terrible mess. So please make sure you tick that thing, and then we can talk about it later. 16 left, Kevin 6. Hello Victor, welcome.
Alright, starting the pushback, and you may spool them.
I'm pushing back because I have a long drive to 16 left.
No problem.
Me too. I think you're even further.
Yep.
Before start procedure.
Walk around completed.
Oh, and I changed the wrong way. I'm pushing back the wrong direction, which is not a problem.
Don't nothing. Just have your hand on that handbrake, man.
Before start procedure completed.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
Alright mate, operation complete, go ahead and set the parking brake.
Oh no, it's okay.
Right, disconnecting toes, stand by.
Start your A cars, gentlemen.
25 and 2.
I do.
Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine. Excellent, Victor.
Starting number 1 engine.
By the way, gents, I see there's been another update, and this time it appears, according to the update notes that they supplied with Linda, that she actually acknowledges when you have your ground power switched on. So I'll give it a spin sometimes, but I'm definitely going to make a backup of this version again. I don't want to lose this version because she's perfect for me the way I need her to be. But just FYI, if you guys want to give it another try on the latest version, it was released a day or two again. Yesterday or the day before.
Starter cutout. Engine start procedure completed.
Beautiful.
Flaps 5 set. Taxi lights on.
Christian, are you still here? Am I in the right group? Yeah,
Yes, I'm.
alright.
Yes, sir.
Question quickly. I see you made a note there in that PM to me that there is a discrepancy with the taxiways. I haven't picked up on it. You also said that there might be an update somewhere. We need to keep our eyes on it. Are you aware of an update to the taxiways of the scenery or something?
Hello?
Yeah,
Sorry, can you...
I'm struggling to hear you.
Yeah, taxing should be via Charlie, and arrivals via Bravo.
Alright, no
That
problem.
discrepancy would have been for world flight or the model matching. So it's my push to talk here that is struggling.
Okay. Yeah, switch off your sticky keys. I can hear the sticky keys ping in the background. Just go to your windows and switch that off. No problem. Philiax, it's easy. It's just something that you learn. There's on the pressurization panel there are two little settings that you need to set. The first one is your cruise altitude and the next one is your landing altitude, and then you need to have it set to automatically open and close the valves, and then obviously there is a checklist that tells you how to switch the switches. That's all. If you follow the checklist, you'll be fine. 100%, no problem. If you do it outside of the checklist parameters, you might blow up something, so best you get a nice checklist for that. I was watching the storm come in from the northeast, slowly but surely, and here we are. Now we are basically in it, or some part of it at least. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Before takeoff procedure completed.
Benny overlay. It's called BNE. Benny, B-E-N-E. Sorry, B-E-N-E. Overlay. Benny overlay. It's just for broadcasting. You can't see it in the sim, by the way. So if you're not a broadcaster, don't make videos on YouTube. You have got no use for it. It won't work. I've just noticed there is one of those conditional intersections here. Conditional waypoints on the departure. Let's skew that one. Okay. Obviously, a little bug. Victor, that's obviously your opinion. You're entitled to it. Me personally, I like them. I miss some of the features that I used to have with Skymax Pro Clouds, but these ones work for me. I'm happy with them. A couple of people have said they don't like it already, but that's why the world is so nice. We can all have our own opinions. So I'm at runway 16. How far are you guys?
I'm behind you.
Just behind you.
All right.
There's Uncle John.
No, Uncle John woke up a bit late. So, are you actually going to fly this, Uncle John, or just sitting out for now?
I'm just sitting there rotting.
Okay. So I just want to quickly see. There is a guy on finals. I just need to see which runway he's coming on to. See those guys there. Oh, it's not an aircraft. Oops. Okay, I thought that was an aircraft. Lights. Doesn't appear to be. Okay, didn't want to interfere with him, but I think we should be fine then. So let's go. 3 minutes, gentlemen.
Affirm.
Stabilized.
Approaching 16 left. On runway 16 left.
Stabilized.
Toga.
Takeoff thrust set. knots. Throttle hold.
Right, 12 knot wind on the nose, gentlemen.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Come on, eh? There we go.
Runway turn off, lights off.
There's no one else coming in. I'll get onto the runway.
Flaps 1 set. Flaps up. And set.
Enjoy, Chief Man. What the takeoff? That was lovely.
Toga.
Thank you.
Approaching transition. Transition altitude.
Steve, so man, yeah, I saw you said you had a hell of a week. My week last week was like that. I actually had a much better week the past week. The one before that, you guys have no idea. Yeah, it was rough. So I'm glad you made it, and I'm glad I made it, and I'm glad we can start the weekend properly now. Apologies.
Toga.
Okay.
Can you believe I fed my cat today?
Looks like I've taken a tighter turn than you, Nico, into ENTRA.
That's fine. I just followed the SID. But it does look like it. Man, you've taken a really tight turn there. This turn that I am in now is a very interesting turn. I can see the recalculation happening every few seconds. So you can see top of climb moves. It's close now, and then it goes a bit further, and then it recalculates, and then goes out, recalculates, come back closer. It's very interesting how dynamic it works there.
You have the Kevin 6, Nico?
Yes. I don't understand.
So do I, but I have the same turn as Kevin, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Kevin 6. No idea, my friend. No idea. It's taking me. You know what? With all my extra fuel I've got on board, I don't pretty much care. I'm burning fuel. Ha! Right, I'm turning back to the initial waypoint now, so I don't know what this whole turn was about, but anyway, there you go. I'm turning back to ENTRA now.
I think there's a transition, Nico, ENTRA to Kevin. ENTRA Kevin.
I don't really see such a thing. Let me look at the chart. Let's see what the chart says.
It's Kevin 6, then ENTRA transition.
Yeah.
It'll still be much the same. You'll just be behind me, that's all.
Man, I'm to hell and gone in the wrong place. This thing really turned. I'd love to know why. You are both on fix 4. 51 fix 4 for Zibo, eh?
Yeah, I am. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, fix 4.
Yep, 4. The clouds look spectacular off to the left.
I have to wait, I'm just climbing out of the clouds. Ah, I see David has joined us.
That wasn't bad, Nico. Looks like you'll be somewhere in the middle of the two of us.
Yeah, can you imagine? You almost 15 nautical miles ahead of me, so that was really interesting but good. It just means I need to tell Zibo to come have a look at this departure, because what the chart says, the chart tells you once passing 1,000 foot, turn left, direct ENTRA, and the aircraft didn't. The aircraft went on that whole tangent all on its own. And that's how we make it better. See? So nothing's lost. It's all good. I want to tell you something else now. And I'm not saying it's correct. I'm also not saying it's wrong. It's me just thinking out loud. With the amount of fuel that I have, the weight, the power to weight ratio, the momentum, the speed, all of these things could have a very big influence. You know, I don't know how heavy or how light you guys are. It's an interesting conversation I'll have with Zibo, you know, because literally this aircraft is way overloaded. Way overloaded. So I'm not sure how much that
I
would
have
influence.
5.7 on fuel and then 19.4 at payload.
Yeah, you see. I've got 9.4 on fuel.
Yeah, but I changed the alternative airport.
Yeah, I didn't have time, so I just left it.
I just thought that's a lot of fuel for that distance.
That was the same thought I had, yeah.
Yeah, no,
So I thought, well,
I
I'm
had
going
the
to
same.
choose another alternate.
Yeah, either I had the same thought, but I just didn't have time. I was doing too many things, you know, editing scenery, fixing all their nonsense they just left, you know, and wara, you know, it was just too much to do in too little time. And
No need to worry about it, Nico.
yeah,
Everyone's on their way.
yeah. And like I said, I had to edit the flight route in the VA as well. While we're talking about it, let me go edit that silly alternate. While we're talking about it.
Nico, did you say you had problems directing to ENTRA?
Yeah. It took me very wide.
Problems whatsoever. I had no problems whatsoever. The aircraft is doing a fine job.
Yeah, this is why I'm thinking, because it's a conditional thing. The condition was when you reach 1,000 turn left, okay? By that time, my speed connected to my weight, the momentum, everything that was playing in, that was already in the calculation. I think that the aircraft did the wise choice of going wide.
If you have a look at the flight path on YBBN, you can see the second two aircraft did a different turn to
Absolutely.
Self and Christian. Yeah, that's interesting.
1000 to level off.
1000 to go.
There we go. I've edited that flight in the VA, so should be good. No. I've got a customer WhatsApping me. No. Let's have a look. See.
I need to leave for 10 minutes or so I'll be back shortly.
Okay.
Ha, there's the reflection. Some more rain. There we go. A little bit of an issue there at the end. A little bit there. These are the big boys. We're gonna be flying over this one at least, past that one. Yeah. In FS9, I used to fly here so much, and when I look at all these names of all these places that we're passing by, it brings back fond memories, eh? Everybody's so quiet all of a sudden. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, working very hard to plan everything because I was in a hurry. So I'm fine now.
Okay.
Almost on level.
Okay.
Sorry. I slept well today.
For the arrival as well.
Yeah, same here. Nico, I watched your stream on Twitch last Thursday
Mm-hmm.
with your little fight with the controller on Las Palmas. So I had a conversation with the controller here in Amsterdam. You remember when we were starting from Rotterdam that
Yes.
we were controlled by Bert?
Yes.
And I talked about him with him about it, like what is the rule now?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bit disturbing.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of random.
Yes, random. Yeah, the guys. I don't know. We'll just do what they ask us and smile and wave.
That was his advice because he's not working on it. So when I have a sit in it on my plan, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Because when I let you take it out, then you come over Belgium and then the controller over there will ask you to put it in again.
Exactly. Sad, man. It's really sad. But you know what? Go.
So yes, it's just as you said, live with it, smile, and just comply.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to fight with everybody, and then it's just going to be nasty, you know. I just wish everybody had the same attitude, you know, because the unfortunate thing is some of these people really get nasty about it, and that's what I don't like about it, you know.
But that's what I don't understand why, because we're all doing our hobby. So what's the problem?
Some people take it too serious. It's like when we design and when we've done the training in the Zibo as well. Okay, and I mean there is this discussion open about level up as well now. In the Zibo mod, you can literally simulate real world if you wanted to. Okay, but what's the point in me teaching you real world procedures and stuff other than just making you have a fuzzy feeling in your heart? There is no reason for me, because you're never going to use it, and nobody's ever going to know that you use it unless you go and teach somebody that. So the point again is, why? When I do my training with the guys on Zibo and stuff, we understand that there's a difference between real world and the fantasy that we live. Okay, so we want to bring it as close as possible without annoying the crap out of other people, because that's unfortunately what happens. Is you annoy people when you get too serious, you know.
Yeah, well, some guys and me also a little bit. We would like to learn the knowledge, but not necessarily to use it, because we're just having fun. Eh?
Yeah. So when I teach you the practical way of having the most fun, okay, and the sensible way. Let me give you a quick example. Sasso, when he teaches about using the fix rings, okay, and because he's a real world pilot and contributor to the Zibo mod, he would use the fix ring in the 3, 5 and 7 nautical miles from the runway threshold. I use it from the final approach fix, because when they fly in real world, they have to have high speed until the very end, and then they brake like hell to get down and land. Okay, most flight simmers don't have that ability. They don't have that skill. They don't know how to brake this aircraft. If you go and you read through all the queries and the stuff on the support side, you'll see how many guys complain they can't slow the aircraft down. Okay, so what's better? To teach them to be cowboys, or to teach them the sensible way of slowing down and being prepared for the landing by the final approach fix? And my take on it is do the sensible thing. Slow it down before the time, get to the final approach fix, be fully configured, and then you don't add extra load on you. In the real aircraft also, there are two guys sitting in front, or a guy and a girl, or two girls, whatever, you know what I mean. Yeah, there's two people, and these two people complement each other with their crew resource management training and everything that they've done. Ooh, lightning and thunder. So the fact of the matter is, it's much easier doing it in the real world in certain circumstances and certain procedures than it is in the flight simulator. In the flight simulator, there are a lot of things that are much more difficult to do than it is in the real world. So you also have to take that into account, you know. And I don't mind teaching you all the weird and intricate little details and stuff, but again, what value am I bringing to the table when you have to study twice as hard and long to get to the same results, which I can practically show you in a shorter way? See, so I'm stuck between that rock and that hard place sometimes.
Yeah, but you can't win, Nico, because
no, you can't.
For both rules there will be a favor. I used to fix things also from the runway, but I learned not to follow it as a law, because then sometimes you have to dive down. But on the other hand, when I do the fixing on the final approach fix, I had ATC people complaining to me that I was too slow at the approach.
At the approach, yes. That could also happen. It happened to me once in South America during the world tour, where the guy, he was a real A320 captain, and he was the ATC in Iveo, and he asked me why am I so slow. So it happens, but I'll show you a practical thing just now. I'll show you something practical just now as well. Let me just quickly go put this fixing in so I can show the guys. So we have 7, 5, and 3.
I do not feel tired today.
Well, excellent, Linda. Wonderful. Let's quickly go there, step through. Guys, I'll look at the chat just now. Give me a second. I noticed there in the corner of my eye that it's jumped a bit, so something happened. Right, so those are the fixings that I've just put in. So that's my final approach fix. That's the another fix in the line, and then that's obviously the runway. The reason that you want to, this is what I want to show you. The reason that I use the final approach fix is if you are fully configured by there, your speed window will not open up. The moment that you are not fully configured and your nose picks up and it dips, rather, let me get the phraseology correct. The moment your aircraft picks up on the glide slope and the aircraft nose dips to go down, the moment that happens, that speed window opens up. And if you are a novice, if you are not understanding how it works, if your comprehension isn't at that point where you need to realize, or where you do realize that you now are responsible for dialing down the speed, you're going to overspeed, and you're going to rip your flaps off. You're going to physically break the flaps because you can overspeed. Go into VNE, never exceed speed, there the flaps goes. So that is just my whole argument. Yes, I'd rather do that. I mean, as you get better, you can adjust it. Move it a little bit forward. Maybe even take it to the next fix, which is already in the down nose attitude, or the runway. But these are the kind of things that I always have to consider before doing training. How far do you want to take it? Because if you're a novice, the last thing you want is to remember to dial down your speed. You're already nervous to land. You're already nervous to get the gear down and to be at the right place at the right time, kind of a thing. Why do you want to put extra stress on yourself to open the speed window? Now you've got to manage that as well. Whereas for me, with all my hours, I don't care. The moment I see it's open, I realize I have to dial it down.
Yeah, same here. But I almost do the same. I have the fixing maybe a little bit close to the airport, and I use it. The outer fixing I use to be at least at flap 1 or flap 5. What is it? Flap 1, the first notch, to be at that ring. So I know I'm almost configured.
Excellent. I want to just finish off this discussion quickly by showing you something. I just want to get there. Then I'll put it on the screen. Right, so let's see if we can put this on the screen for you. Just a little bit of background information. Sorry, Steve and Krista, I'll be with you guys just now. We're almost done. Alright, so this is my Zibo Mod training checklist. Alright, you all know where to find it. It's available on all my platforms. So me and Twixter at one point in time worked through everything. Alright, so there's a whole write-up. You see there, useful tips from Twixter. Alright, and this is all about the approach and landing considerations. There's literally an option 1, an option 2, and a high-speed approach. The high-speed approach is what the guys use in the real world mostly. But you can literally set up the option 1. This is the one I teach the people because it's just easier. Alright, option 2 is then flap swipe while intercepting the localizer. So it's a little bit of a different thing. But if you guys ever want to read up on it, this document is going to help you. It's part of my training checklist. There's a lot of information in here. So
yeah, it's a valuable document. Thank you for that. I use it a lot. Yeah,
no problem. So anyway, okay, back to the stream there. Steve, after the week, no, that's an old one. Yeah, it's trying to find the perfect balance between the sim and reality. That's the hardest thing, I would imagine. Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of guys have heard stories from their friends or their buddies, or there's somebody down the line. They might have a cousin or an aunt that's, pilots, and they sit in some forum somewhere where they discuss these things. So there are a lot of different people with different knowledge levels, that we have to take into consideration. Good morning, Krista. Yeah, you see, so yeah, that was an interesting discussion. Right, my top of descent is 103 nautical miles, so I better start thinking about setting up the rest.
I'm starving. A pie and a beer maybe.
Oh, we're gonna be heavy. Thank you, Linda. So we have 6 gentlemen flying this route with us right now in the VA. That's awesome.
I'm back, by the way, just in case you need to get in touch.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about you. I'm more worried about who's behind me, and I think that's Peter. I'm not sure.
Yeah, correct.
Yep, okay.
You know what? I will slow down a little bit.
Well,
I just noticed.
Sorry?
I just noticed there's fuel in the centre tanks because of the 9 tons, if anyone's got it.
Oh, yeah, of course. There you go. Okay, let me tell you what I'm going to do. Just to make things easier, I'm going to sidestep to runway 01 left. Okay. So you guys continue as is. We're not going to be a factor then for anyone.
Okay, I was thinking the same. Yeah, okay, but okay, yeah, thank you.
GOMOL 1 and Danik, that is correct. Execute. And then I obviously just need to go and change the frequencies.
Transition level should be
1,000, yeah, 10,000. I see that. That's the transition altitude according to the chart. So we're talking probably 1,1 or 1,150 or something for the level. 1,150,16. That is correct. Let's go have a look. See. Forecast 110. Yeah. So that is the level. Remember, when you come from the top down, you go through the level first, and then on the chart, I'll show you quickly. It says there your transition altitude there is 10,000. So that gives us about 1,000-foot buffer there. Right. Okay. So that is done. That does not change. This must be 16. That is 16. That's our descent then. Also 12, also 220. Okay, so that's perfect then. Okay, I'm set for 01 left, guys, so you don't have to worry about me.
Thank you.
Yeah, great minds, you know. We talk to each other, we have a good conversation, we figure it out.
just a long taxi for you.
Oh, it doesn't matter, it's fine. Getting closer. Closer and closer. Good day, John. Yeah, no problem, no problem. We're gonna add a whole bunch of routes in there for Oz. Then we need to actually do New Zealand as well. I mean, we've got 1 or 2, 3 routes already, but we really need some proper routes. Get the guys involved there. It's a pity it's dark already. So guys, I'm going to say it again. Unless there is any opposition, and please feel free if you want to send me a PM or make a fuss of it here on Discord. I'm going to start an hour earlier tomorrow so that we can try land in daytime. I mean, it's all nice and well that we are flying, but it's freaking dark already. So if there is no opposition, I'm definitely going to start the stream earlier.
I'll hope I manage to wake up at that time.
Set your alarm. Sorry, man. Sorry. This time zone story is really, it's a different thing, eh?
I just started my descent.
I'm almost there.
26 nautical miles from top of descent.
Yeah, I'm 7. Krister, we started at 800 Zulu today, and it's too late because 800 Zulu is 10 local for me, but that is already 17 local in Australia, and you only have 2.5 hours before sunset. So the issue is, like you can see now, we ran out of time because I'm on real time. So I'm thinking of starting at 700 Zulu again. That's 9 AM my time, making it 1600 Zulu. Oh, sorry, I'm talking also 1600 local time in Australia, in Brisbane, and then we fly back.
I thought Brisbane was plus 11 hours on Zulu.
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I didn't really look at the Zulu time. I'm just looking at the local time.
Let me check.
Because if it's 1 hour ahead of Sydney, it's even worse. Yes, Uncle John, I'll remember, thank you. Started my descent.
No, Brisbane is plus 10 on zero.
Steiner, I don't know, it's my OCD, man. What can I say? It's my OCD. I like flying real time. I suppose he says, why don't I just change the simulator time? Yeah, we can probably do that. I just don't really, do that usually. Once a year maybe, but that is another option. You're right. On the other hand, part of my argument earlier was it really cuts my whole morning out. I lose my whole morning because I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything. So, okay, I'll make my, just keep your eyes on my flight roster. If I change the time, I change the time, and obviously on YouTube as well. But otherwise, yeah, maybe that's a better idea. Just change the local simulator time. That could also work.
Otherwise, I set my alarm, no problem.
I'll let you guys know later. So one of the things that I was considering, now in the interim our water has come back. Okay, so it's not the end of the world, but we did not have water for 2 days now here in the house. The whole of Johannesburg was basically without water. Millions of people didn't have water. And I wanted to go out this morning to go buy a portable shower. Something that's like battery driven, that's got a pump that can actually, I can put into a bucket or something, just suck up the water and spray, And I looked at some prices and stuff, and I said to myself, okay, but when must I go and drive to go buy this now? Because I'm stuck here, my whole morning's gone. Then fortunately I saw some of the places, they will be open late, and during the flight planning earlier this morning, the water came back. And that obviously took away the need to go buy the portable shower. But that's the typical thing, that I talk about when I say my morning gets cut right in the middle.
And good morning.
Yeah, it's Steiner. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Morning.
Anyway, gents, ladies, this is what I was talking about earlier. So you can see there's the notice that there's a problem with the scenery. Now, if I click on understood, it just goes away. And that's why I told you guys to set that setting in your X-plane. Don't fly without it, because otherwise, under normal circumstances and by default the way Laminar Research supplies X-plane, it would have crashed to desktop. It just would have closed right now. It's always good to have that setting set correctly. And Steiner, how are you doing? You sound bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. It's my first day after the night shift, so
okay.
I managed to get up early.
Okay. Steve, yeah, I thought so too. I'm still gonna get one. Definitely, I'm still gonna get one. There's just no rush to get it right now, so all good. Hey Gio, good morning, and you're welcome, Chris. Ooh, Grandma is here. You can hear the dogs go crazy. Give me a second. Flight Summerix, good morning, or good evening for you then. Faint lights there's life. Yeah, we're getting closer.
Takeoff was uneventful today.
Right guys, I'm getting closer to 10,000 feet. I'm just going to mute myself for all those call outs in a few minutes. So if you're looking for me and I'm not responding, just check. I'll be muted.
We will be quiet.
Approaching transition.
Okay.
Transition level.
Oh, Reggie, I can see your lights in the distance. And I presume that's the airport.
Yeah, I see both of you in front of me.
Nice. Yeah. That's what I like about the multiplayer thing. You're not alone. It's so nice.
1000 to level off.
Yeah, I've sent you a message. Christer, it's important that I just realize that some of the routes have been updated because I do not import all the routes all the time anymore. We literally just import the routes that have been added new. So I have to manually go read what you changed on that master file and then copy and paste into the database if I want to edit them. So I hope you understand. Otherwise it's going to be a mess. So please always just send me a note like you did just now. That's much appreciated because then I can go back and actually fix it properly. The time that it takes to import the total database is more than what the system allows. Mako extended it once for me, but he said I mustn't do that. So I'm literally just importing the newer lines, you know, so there's like 60 or 100 lines at a time that I import. It's just too much for the system to import all 5,000 flights. Thanks, Christer. Right, so for those of you that haven't seen this yet, let me just quickly tell you the significance then, without you having to go read the checklist. Basically, the outer ring is flaps 1, the inner ring is flaps 5, then you have flaps 15 and gear down. In actual fact, we always say gear down first, then flaps 15, just to keep it more precise. And your last ring, which I didn't put in, is 1 nautical mile from your final approach fix. Then you have to go to your landing configuration, and then you'll see the speed will not open. That will only open once the nose dips after the aircraft is latched onto the glide slope. So 1, 5, gear down 15, and at the end there we go for landing configuration, which will be flaps 30 today. And that's the significance of the rings here, and that's a nice visual cue to just tell you. Yes sir, we're at 4,000 foot now, so we're gonna do that. Thank you, Uncle John.
1000 to level off.
Right, so there's Reggie going for the right hand runway. I'm turning out for the left hand one, so just sidestepping slightly. Why? Oh, you know what the issue is? Hang on, I'm gonna have to fix this. I'm still on the wrong, but I did check it. Why? How did I miss that? I don't know. Doesn't matter. We need to go to Titanic before we get into a mess now. We need to go to Titanic because we've got the other runway. Did I really miss it? I must have. I obviously missed the freaking approach. It was supposed to be something else then. Okay, my mistake.
The default scenery is pretty good, if you can see it, Nico.
Well, it's dark for me, and I've got add-on scenery, so I can't see the default at all. And you're not streaming, so I can't see anything. Sorry, Reggie.
Okay.
I'm cleaning my monitor because I have all kind of greasy fingers on my windscreen, but it is in the mod, I think.
Aye.
Flaps 1 set. Localizer capture.
Established.
So there's flaps 5, and you'll see when I hit the next ring. Obviously, that's also on the other approach
Flaps
now, but
5
anyway,
set.
you get the idea. It's not difficult to understand. So once we get there, it's now gear down flaps 15.
I can see you behind me. We could have done a tandem approach, the first one, Nico.
Yeah. Oh, you're not that far ahead of me, but I'm a bit behind you. Closest we've been in a while, eh? To a tandem approach.
Yeah.
And that's geared down, flaps 15. And before we reach that final approach fix, we're going to go to flaps 30. And you can see the speed window still in VNAV mode. We don't need to intervene. No more extra load. You see, and then your speed automatically adjusts. You don't have to intervene. And that's just by changing the location of where we do things. And you can see we never went into overspeed mode. It was nice. What's the right word now? It was a smooth process. It wasn't done in haste. You were not put under any pressure. It was just happiness. Right, so what is our go around altitude? 4,000. Alright, so now we're just going to wait for the glide slope to activate, and once that's up, we're going to turn the go around altitude to 4,000. My son's getting excited. There we go, so 4,000. Right, guys, I'm going to quickly just mute myself just in case somebody forgets and starts speaking. I'll be back just now. Alright guys, so again we need to listen for 1,000 and 500.
Taxi lights on.
1,000 feet stabilized.
Takeoff was uneventful today.
Bloody Linda. Fortunately, I heard that guy was talking in the background. You know. Sterile cockpit. We'll have to have a talk.
Approaching 0, 1, left.
Yeah, 500 is coming. Nothing. 500's not working.
400.
There's 400.
300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Krister, the issue comes in with the smart option. That's where the problem comes in. If you set it on hard, it will play. If you set it on no, it won't play. But the smart option has got a logic test that it runs, and the logic test dictates whether it will say anything or not. So now we need to go back and we need to look at what the documentation says, because the smart option is designed to detect the difference between an RNAV or a non-precision approach. Let me rephrase that. A non-precision approach and a precision approach. So you have one thing will happen with an ILS/GLS and another thing will happen with the RNAV. So it all depends on what your setting is and what the type of approach is. So that's what we need to make sure that they are in the right place at the right time. See, that's how deep into the settings this thing really gets. You know, it's about the whole total realism of the landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
Okay, gents on Discord, I'm back.
After landing procedure completed. Flaps up and set.
Okay, Steve, enjoy. Bye bye. Ooh, raining. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was really nice.
Is that Steve coming in next?
David.
David, yeah, David, you've got an aircraft behind you, so...
Oh, that's Christian.
Oh, Christian, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, he's flying for Virgin Australia today.
Ah.
Yeah, Uncle John had his setting on hard, and it also had all the call outs. But there is a issue with the logic that Zibo will just have to run through again, it seems. That's why we do the test, you see. And then, like I said, I have to check the valid reasons for everything to work, so that also needs to happen. No point in us fixing something that wasn't broken, you know. That also needs to be taken into account, and it comes back down to, you know, you have to learn a little bit, you have to understand what it's about, and it's not necessarily an error when it doesn't do the call out, because it might be that it's not supposed to do the call out, you just didn't know. See, all these things need to be taken into consideration. Right, David, you can go. I'll wait for you. You're closer to the terminal than me, so you might as well turn. I'll wait. Pleasure. Your mic's a bit soft. Just bring it a bit closer, if you don't mind. There's Christian also on his way.
Stabilized.
Ah, shush, not stabilized. We don't care. Christopher, did you see there was an update 2 days ago for Linda? Have you tried the latest version? Because according to the notes, there's been a bit of an improvement in some of that logic. Ooh, that was a cowboy turn. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, now I'm totally confused. How do you get to that parking then? What are all these lines telling me? Okay, just a little bit more. Well, John, that's marvelous, because I want to give it a try, and that was my big gripe from the beginning. I cannot stand the fact that she just does what she wants to do. That's not how it works, you know. So, thank you for that. I'll definitely look into her then as well.
Okay, thank you for the flight and company. I need to go.
Okay, Reggie, thanks for being here. Thanks for flying with.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Reggie. See you
Bye.
later.
Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure. Shutdown procedure completed.
And that's it, gentlemen and ladies. If there are any, thank you so much for watching. That's about our contribution for today. So, well, for this morning. We'll speak to you guys later this evening if all goes well. And thank you to everybody on Discord flying and everybody on YouTube watching. Bye bye.
Thank you, Nico. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.